right, so people will be tuning on to this in just a minute here. As soon as there are some people on, please let me know.
Am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down. Cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out. And when we wake, we'd be the only
Welcome to the webinar, guys. If you can please let me know if you can hear me, you can see me. That would be definitely much appreciated. Again, if you can see and hear me, please let me know on the right-hand side. The chat is enabled. The chat is enabled on the right-hand side or left-hand side. I'm not sure. It's this side over here for me. If you can hear me, you can see me, please let me know. Everything is good. Everything is good. All right. Just making sure, guys. Just making sure. I'm really excited to get this webinar out to you because I think there's some tremendous value that I have personally obtained over the last couple years. And I want to be able to really go into depth with you. I don't want to give you some foo-foo, some BS. I want to give you the real stuff that has helped me build a giant following across the world. It's funny, my girl right here, she's sending me a message and she said, boggle their brains, babe. So if you're ready to get your brain boggled, please let me know. Right-hand side. If you're ready to get your brain boggled, I'm talking like you want to learn some intense stuff on social media, how to build your brand, how to get yourself to the next level, how to sell whatever you want to through social media. If you want to learn these secrets, please let me know. Because I need to make sure that you guys are serious. If we're all on the same page here, I need to know this. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to mute my social media real quick. I got social media going off the hook right now. People hit me up on Facebook. People hit me up on Instagram. People hit me up on Snapchat. It's kind of overwhelming at times. And hey, Marky, what's going on? Marky Wickard's on here. We got Nick Poley, Jacob Maldon. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. It's Jacob Maldonado. Vincent Hamilton, Aubrey, Medina, myself, obviously. We need to get the juice. Let's get it. I got the juice and the squeeze. I actually just drank a green juice just a minute ago. So it's 6:57. We'll get this started in just a little bit. I have a full-on presentation that I made specifically for this webinar. As you can see, I'll show you guys. I'm big on notes, okay? I'm huge on taking notes. So the things that we'll go over tonight, I really wanted to kind of dissect the things that I personally do. And this is giving you some I guess you could say, foreground, background, whatever you want to call it, on why or how this all came about, how this webinar came about. Because I'm like, man, what do I do that other people just don't understand? So I need to fill in those blanks. And so we're going to be going over background on myself, who I am, the content that you guys create, showing examples of content that really good people on Instagram and Facebook and stuff are doing. I'm talking about utilizing multiple social media platforms, talking about how you guys can get a lot of traffic to your content, and then from there, how you can teach other people this stuff. So we have 7+ viewers. It's 6:58. I don't want to, leave anyone behind. So we'll get started like right around 7, maybe 7:02. So let's see. Jonathan Ramos is on. It's time to learn. Good stuff. I'm glad that you guys are all learning, okay? What I would suggest is that you get out one of these things, the pen, the paper. A lot of people have iPhones, but I mean, there's something about having a pen and paper, writing down your thoughts. And when I go to different networking events, man, I see the people who make the most amount of money. They're always in the front seats. It's just the way it is. The best teachers. The best teachers are usually the best students. They're the ones that are absorbing as much information as possible. The fact that you got on this webinar for $10 and the mentorship that I'm going to give you right now, I mean, I could charge hundreds of dollars. The problem is it's not going to get out there to the masses. I'd rather charge an extremely low cost, $10, give this all to you. And that way you can start duplicating to whatever, your friends that want to build their followings too. They want to build organizations and sales, whatever. I'm here to help out. So how do you pronounce your name? Mukesh or Mukesh? I'm not sure. It's a hard name to pronounce. But I see some really talented people on here, and there's over 20 plus people that registered for this webinar tonight at $10, right? So if you do the math on this, the reason why I even charged for this webinar tonight, guys, is because I personally really want to give you good mentorship, but there has to be some type of little financial incentive for me to give the best type of mentorship that I can. See, if I'm just doing everything for free, it kind of burns me out. So me being able to take $200 from tonight, this mentorship class, and be able to invest that time into you guys, teach you everything that I really know on social media, it really makes it worth it to me, because not only do I get the benefit of really helping you guys, but there's a little financial benefit too. So as I'm going out I'm bouncing out to London tomorrow. So I'm literally headed from LA to London. Then I'm headed to Germany. I'm headed to Greece and South Italy in the next 15 days. So I'm going to get some crazy marketing stuff. You guys will see that on Instagram. You're going to see it on social media. And it's crazy to think man, it wasn't too long ago, maybe 3 years ago, that I couldn't even leave my city. I could barely leave my city, let alone my state, let alone the country, right? And so things can move pretty quick once you start obtaining the right knowledge. And I kind of call this the campfire effect, to where you guys are learning from me, okay? I've made 6 figures consistently since I was 20 years old, so about 3 years now, over 100,000+ a year. And the reason why I call it the campfire effect is because when you hang around the campfire, you get warm. So imagine that the wealthy people, or the kids that, I'm on my way to building some serious wealth. I know a lot of you guys on here are as well. But as we're surrounding ourselves with the campfire, we're getting the heat. And I want you to picture the heat is the dollars, okay? So when you have a group of individuals that are staying around the campfire, you guys are all going to get paid. That's just how it works. But a lot of people, what happens is they leave the campfire, and then they wonder why they never get the results. So how I like to say, if any new person is wanting to learn social media, they're wanting to learn the skills of making money, you got to get around the campfire. This webinar right here, this is the campfire. This is where we keep people, but this is where we give people the information. This is where we give them the freaking knowledge that could help them create a 6-figure income. So it's 7:01, and I know people are probably a little late to this webinar, but what I'll do is I'm just going to check this out to make sure. I'm going to screen share with you guys. So I'm going to screen share my entire screen. Share. So what I want to, wow, that's like a crazy effect right there. What I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys can see my screen, okay? So if you can see my screen, please let me know on the right-hand side. If you can see my screen, please let me know, okay? Right-hand side, if you can see my screen, please let me know. Okay, awesome. They can see my screen. Good stuff. So what I will do is I'm going to show you this right now, right off the bat. Play this. For those of you who are on this webinar, I appreciate it. It's something that I don't take lightly. This is all of our personal brands that we're building here. And again, just to make sure that you guys can see on the right-hand side, please give me a yes. Yes, Logan, I can see your screen. Yes, 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 because I just pressed this little button. I want to make sure that you guys can still see my screen. Right-hand side, if you guys can see it, please let me know. I need one more confirmation before we really do this. Okay, good, good, good. So as I was saying, I don't take this lightly, guys. This is something that it's going to take time for all of us to build our brands together. Everyone has a different brand, and this is what we'll really go into. This is the new Hollywood, okay? Social media is literally the new Hollywood. I want you to think about that and really kind of examine it from like a perspective without bias. So if you looked at Hollywood, Hollywood has just got this giant reputation for all the movie stars, for the actors, the Kim Kardashian type people, the people on television and whatnot. So why is television so big, or why was it so big? It's because people watched it. And so people became famous because so many people watch television. Now, most of people's attention is on social media. They say the average Facebook user is on 3 hours a day. The highest engagement and the #1 sales tool for social media right now is Snapchat. You're able to connect with people around the world through Periscope. You can utilize YouTube. Like, there's so many different platforms out there that you can utilize these days. And the crazy thing is they're all free. So I did this visual right here, the social reach, because I want you to picture that you're reaching out your arm right now and you have the ability to literally grab someone's attention and pull them into your life. But the problem is you're never going to actually grab them unless you have good content, unless you understand the target market that you're after. And this is what we're really going to go over in this webinar. So again, welcome to the Social Reach webinar. So who am I? That's a good question, right? Like, why am I qualified to teach you? Am I qualified to teach you? What have I been through as a person? And I'll kind of give you some background. So I'm 23 years old. I'm self-made. It's not like I had some trust fund. It's not like I had these crazy mentors always there in my life. I'm an entrepreneur, okay? I'm a mentor to many, but I still find mentors in different areas in life. I trade Forex. I focus on marketing. I focus on helping other people do the same. I don't care what it is you have to sell, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, whether it's yourself, you're trying to build your own personal brand. It doesn't matter. You can learn something from this webinar today. So who am I? I'm just someone that really wants to help you guys out because I see the potential that everyone has on social media, but a lot of people are not learning how to maximize their potential. They're not learning how to turn their talent into skill and turn their skill into money. That's a 3-step process. I want you to write that down. Everyone has talent. That's #1. Okay, talent. You turn your talent into skill, and you turn your skill into money. So all of you have the talent to become better at marketing on social media. All of you have the talent to learn how to trade and invest. All of you have the talent to learn how to become better, fitness or whatever. You have the talent to do it, but then you got to turn it into a skill, and that's what this webinar is. This is a skill building webinar. And then from there, we can, create funnels, and we can create different things in order to build your following and then obviously build your paycheck as well. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I used to produce engineer music, so that was something I really loved how to do. I love to do, and I actually learned how to do it myself. I'm self-taught with music, and I realized it wasn't necessarily something I wanted to be in for the long run because there isn't that much money in music, in my opinion. I wanted to be able to work for myself but not work by myself. So I got involved in online businesses, and I ended up making a good chunk of change, which then led me into, how do I market myself and how do I teach my team how to market themselves, because we're building a direct sales company. So long story short, I kind of walked into this whole online marketing thing backwards. Music was my focus, and then I found online affiliate marketing, and then I started surrounding myself with people that were more into the network marketing space and everything, and I just figured out how to do this online marketing by myself. And then I've been consulting with a lot of people on online funnels. I've been consulting with people who literally make millions of dollars, and my goal is to just let you learn from my mistakes. You can learn from mistakes, but the beautiful thing is they literally do not have to be your own. So I'm going to ask you a question, is who are you, okay? Who the hell are you? Are you a fitness coach? Are you a model? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a sales expert? Are you an investor? Are you into real estate? Are you a motivator? Are you a world traveler? Like, what are you? So if we start looking at all the top people on Instagram, all the people on like YouTube and whatever other social media platform out there, the reason why people follow them is because they have something about them that is interesting. If you look at Tai Lopez, you can go on his Facebook, you can go on his Instagram, you can go on his Snapchat. It's all at Tai Lopez, right? So like he brands himself so well, and I'll kind of give you some background on him, but his claim to fame is he reads a book a day. So you can see that he stays true and consistent to that marketing within his Facebook, within his Snapchat, within all those things. He stays true to like, hey, I'm a reader. I love knowledge. Everything, like in every single video that he posts or every single picture that he posts, it's usually about knowledge. It's usually about mentors. He even has books like in the back of his videos that he films for YouTube. So the thing is you know, kind of it's a little bit mysterious where Tai Lopez kind of came from. Like no one really knows. I heard he did some like online dating websites that he invested in. He made some money. He bought a Lamborghini and another car, and then he did that video in his garage where he's like, hey guys, you know, I'm here in my garage, and you know what I like more than this Lamborghini is knowledge. And so the thing is people look at you as a vessel and a vehicle in order to get them where you are. So let's say that you have a Lamborghini, or you have, you know, you're traveling the world, or you're on a private jet or whatever, and you're like, hey guys, you know, this is what I did in order to get here. People will automatically view you as a credible source, and they'll view you as that thing to get them where you are, right? So he did a great job with his personal online marketing. He got some moderate success, and he leveraged his cars in order to get people into his sales trainings. And then he did a bunch of YouTube ads. He's done a bunch of Facebook ads, and he's scaled up his business, hired employees, and now he has sales funnels and stuff with up to $20,000-$30,000+ for you know, mentorship and everything. But if you think about it, it all started with his claim to fame, which is he reads a book a day. Kinobody, this guy Greg, he's a beast. I've actually talked to him on Facebook. He's built this whole brand called Kinobody. So his brand is Kinobody, but he really is the star of his own brand. His claim to fame, it's intermittent fasting. That's what he promotes the most. He wakes up in the morning, he drinks his sparkling water, he's got his coffee. You know, I found him on YouTube. I saw some of his Facebook ads, so he does a lot of Facebook ads. And I was just kind of studying the things that he does, and he's all about delivering 90% of value for free on fitness, and 10% is what he charges for. He talks about that in his videos. He goes, you know, I bought a course on fitness that was like completely BS. It was bullshit, and it was like $80, and then it just had this like, learn the secrets to getting a six-pack through this push-up workout or whatever. And he said he was so bummed, and he was so like distraught because it was such a bad purchase that he was scared to purchase anything else online. But then later down the road, he found this other guy that gave immense free value, and then he charged a little bit for more training. So he gave 90% for free, and 10% is what he charged for. So that's what you guys should do, and that's what Greg started doing, the guy who started this Kinobody brand, right? So what he did is he just delivered a lot of value on fitness. So his claim to fame is intermittent fasting. That's kind of his niche within the fitness world. And then he did amazing branding, and he gave true value for free. And then once he gave the true value, then he created a back end where like meal plans and workout plans, and he named them specific things like the Greek god body and the, you know, superhero body and stuff like that. So really amazing branding that he did with this. And so he built his following based off of free value, just like Tai Lopez. Like Tai Lopez built his brand off of free value. He literally reads books, and then he regurgitates the fucking information. So think about that. He reads a book, and then he just reiterates what he just read to you. But you're most likely too lazy to read the book, so therefore you would never get that knowledge. So where is his value? His value is in the fact that he's willing to actually put in the work in order to read and then get the information, and he's a really good reiterator or a teacher, right? Is he that good of a teacher? I don't know. Maybe he's just really good at reiterating information. So the same thing goes with fitness. Yo, you find something out about fitness, if you're into fitness, and you go teach that to other people, well, guess what? Now you're valuable because a lot of people don't know the things that you may know. Timothy Sykes, what is his claim to fame? Trading penny stocks. How he turned $12,415 into $4,430,000 trading penny stocks. Do you have what it takes? Look at his little smirk, you know what I mean? Like, that's his brand, that's his signature. Shows that he's been on TV and this, that, the other. You know, he's probably made, I'd say 7 to 10 times more money from his sales training courses or his penny stock training course than he ever has in the market. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If we look up how much he's actually made off of selling his training versus how much he's made off of his actual penny stocks, it's ridiculous. So I actually worked with some top pages on Instagram a while back, and they knew who Timothy was, and like when he was first kind of releasing his platform and everything on trading penny stocks. And they were saying that. They were like, he's made way more money off of selling his trainings than his actual trading itself. Not to say that's bad. He still made a lot of money off of penny stocks, but it goes to show you that the real money is in selling training, guys. Like it really is. So if you have knowledge, you can sell that knowledge. Remember that. If you become knowledgeable, you can sell that knowledge. If you build a skill like trading or fitness or whatever else type of skill that you have, you can sell it these days through your following, but you have to deliver free value. I guarantee that Timothy Sykes will give free value on his Instagram. He'll give free value on his Facebook. Maybe he'll talk about some of the issues with trading that he's had or whatever. So it relates to the audience, and then he's going to charge for the 10%. So let's talk about your content. As you can see here on my Instagram, I have 28.4 thousand followers. Now, some of those followers aren't engaged. A lot of them just watch. I mean, there's other people with 28,000 followers. I get 1,000+ likes. I'm getting like 300 likes, sometimes 400+ likes. And it's just like, hey, you know, I'm cool with that, because once you guys see the amount of leads I get, you'll be like, who cares how many likes you get? But, you know, as a rule of thumb, you want to try and cause engagement with your following. You want to make people feel like they can actually communicate with you. You want to make sure that they feel like they're with you instead of watching you. That's kind of the whole goal through creating a following on social media. So in my bio, you can see it says stock market, Forex, millennial. So right off the bat, you can feel that like, okay, this guy's into the financial markets and he's a millennial. So you can see like my age and what I'm into right off the bat. 7 figures right underneath that. So 7 figures, well, is this kid a millionaire? Or is he like, he's not saying he's a millionaire, but like, is he making millions of dollars? So that causes a lot of curiosity. Then what happens is right underneath that, I link my Snapchat. So @LoganShippey, right? So therefore, if someone's on my Instagram, let's say they've been following me, they go through my stuff, they're like, wow, this guy's pretty cool. I like the value that he's delivering. I can go follow him on Snapchat because the Snapchat's right there. I don't even have to ask him what a Snapchat is. Boom, it's right there. Learn how I do it, you know, with the little emoji pointing down to my email. The only way that you can ever get in contact with me, guys, is if you email me. That is literally the only way that you can get in contact with me. There's no other way for you to get in contact with me on my Instagram except for the DM, which I don't really like the DM too much, but my email. On every single photo, I'll actually post my email as well. So you kind of litter your email around on your Instagram, like on every photo, in your bio. And so people are constantly reminded to hit you up on an email. Hopefully that makes sense. So when you look at your content, is it value driven? Is it inspirational? Is it relatable? Is it funny? Is it consistent? It depends on what you're actually going after. And that comes back to who are you? You know, are you that model on Instagram? Are you just kind of like a personable person? Are you trying to be that world traveler? Are you trying to build a niche page? Like, what are you trying to build with your following? Make sure you understand your target market. So consistent value. This is what I'm big on. I love delivering value. So on this left photo, you can see I got 353 likes, so it's pretty decent like count. And in the caption, I say, I'm equally humble and arrogant. Okay, so I am equally humble and arrogant. I am humble because I know that no matter how great I do on this earth, it is small in comparison to the greatness of the cosmos. I am arrogant simply because I know my worth. Balance. So the thing is like, you got to get, for me, because I'm involved in trading, investing, networking, like I kind of got to maintain the image of just like a shark, you know, not so much a weakling, because in business, guys, you know, you get eaten if you're weak, right? So you got to look strong. You got to look postured up. You got to look like, you know, a Donald Trump or a Mark Zuckerberg, like these people that are prominent business figures, they're strong. There's very few people that are weak that are in business. In the middle photo, you can see I talk about the profits in the market. On the right-hand side, you can see that I'm around people. So right there, it's lifestyle. Just in those 3 pictures, if you look at what's going on, this is what I focus on. It's lifestyle, it's trading and investing, and it's networking. Those are the 3 things that I really focus on. So lifestyle can be traveling. It can be, you know, the beach. It can be jets. It can be this. It can be that. It can be just having fun, nice cars, nice watch, whatever. trading and investing, making money in the markets. That's what I love to show off. And then networking, showing the people that I'm around and showing that it's possible for the average Joe to get involved. And then behind that is always the story. So with the intent behind your marketing, there's a podcast that I listened to recently. It was with the founder of, it's called Foundr, Foundr, I think, the Instagram. And he was talking about how on every single post, they put so much intention behind it. They really treat it like a magazine. I want you guys to picture that your social media, this new Hollywood, this is your business magazine. This is your business card. This is your wall, man. And people view you, it's their perception of you. So if you look good and you have good, like actually valuable captions and people read them and feel inspired and they feel like they're connecting with you, hell yeah, they're going to follow you and they're going to tell other people to follow you as well. But you have to give consistent value. So next on Snapchat, let's say that someone from Instagram sees me on Instagram, and going back, you can see that I use hashtags. I don't think I really talked about that, but with hashtags, make sure that you're utilizing the right hashtags on Instagram. If you're like into fitness, let's say you do hashtag fitness, hashtag flex, hashtag workout, hashtag gym. You find out what the most popular hashtags are in that specific niche. Maybe if you're in, trading and investing, hashtag Forex, hashtag pips, hashtag networking, like business-minded, whatever, investing, Warren Buffett, whatever type of hashtag, you got to understand your target demographic and really go after that. With Snapchat, let's say that someone was on my Instagram, they see my Snapchat, or I film a video on my Instagram or a photo, and I say, hey guys, make sure you follow me on Snapchat. So I'm kind of transferring my following from one social media to the next. You can see that I try to keep everything really similar. So my Snapchat and my Instagram are both the same. They're literally at Logan Shippey. There's not like some crazy funky username. Make sure that it's all pretty unison. And you can see that after just a little bit of time, I've only been on Snapchat for the last 2.5, 3 months. My Snapchat is going up and up and up every single day in the views. So 1.3 thousand per view. And when I go to Europe, it's going to be even more and more people are going to follow. So the thing is you have to start somewhere. But again, what is it? It comes down to who are you? Like, why would anyone want to follow you? People follow me specifically because they're like, man, this guy's trading, he's investing, he's got value on that, right? And then value on motivation, value on teaching people how to do this type of stuff with the marketing. So I think the more valuable you become, the more money you're going to make, the more connections you're going to make as well. So again, when I'm sharing this with you is because you got to figure out what is the attraction factor about you. And I'm telling you, there is something impressive about you. Maybe it's like you're a great musician, or maybe you're great, positive, and you're just have a good mindset towards life. But how are you going to show that to people? What is impressive about you? How are you going to get people to see that and ultimately respect that and then share that with others? So I love Snapchat. It's kind of more the behind the scenes. Like on Instagram, you might see 1 or 2 photos that I post in a day. But on Snapchat, you're going to see all the behind the scenes stuff. Like if you guys go to my story on Snapchat, you'll see that I'm at the gym and what I did for my workout and what I'm eating for lunch and, the meetings that I'm having and the trades that I'm in. And, you're going to see a lot of behind the scenes life of Logan. And that makes people feel like they're engaged. So think about Kim Kardashian, for instance. Kim Kardashian, she has literally made so much money off of making people feel like they're connected with her. Kim Kardashian is not necessarily good at anything. She had, a sex tape, right? And that put her on the map. And now last year, she made $52 million. So how did she make $52 million? And the answer is she literally makes people feel like they follow her because her attraction factor is her looks. She got some attention and now she's creating a following and she's #1 on Snapchat, this, that, the other. She's got so many people that are following her and they're actually feeling like they're in her life. And I forget what the term is, but it's there's some term for the type of marketing that is to make someone feel like they're right there with you. And that's kind of what you want to do through your Snapchat story and through your Instagram. You want to make sure that people feel like they're with you. Gary Vaynerchuk, this guy right here, man, he's huge on Snapchat. He's huge on Instagram. He's holding the torch for Snapchat and a couple other social media platforms. But, you know, there's 300 million ways to do it. Find the way that works for you. That's a quote by Gary Vee. There's so many ways to do it. Like, you guys have skills. You just need to figure out how you can kind of package those skills. And maybe through this webinar tonight, this will give you some insight on how you could package them in just a sec. So let's talk about utilizing multiple platforms. We went over Instagram a little bit on creating the value behind your posts, right? Like making sure you kind of know your target demographic. Let's say you're going into fitness. You want to make sure that you're like showing your workouts and maybe some value behind meal plans. You're giving 90% of value for free. You're keeping 10% to sell. Or let's say you're into trading and investing. You're kind of showing off some of the trades that you're involved in, maybe teaching people a little bit about the charts, resistance, support, the different indications in the market, something like that. Maybe you have a free webinar, get people to start liking you a lot. That's exactly what Ocean Sky did. Ocean Sky, he started out with a bunch of free signals. He's a pretty famous Forex trader. The guy started out with free signals. He would just give people free trades. Everyone loved him. And then he created a platform, and he sells a platform now. So Instagram, value-based, inspirational, motivational, giving 90% of value for free, keeping 10% to sell. Snapchat is like the behind-the-scenes life of who you are. Like Marky Wickard, the guy who's on here, what is Marky doing today? You know, maybe I want to know that. Maybe I see Marky on a YouTube video or I see him on Instagram, but I go, you know what? I want to see more of Marky. I want to kind of see like what he does on a daily basis. And if I can see that, then I feel like there's more dimension to who he is as a person. And when there's more dimension, it makes it more personable. And I feel like I actually get to know him, and I'm going to buy whatever he has to offer or follow him, you know, devoutly, right? Facebook is Facebook. Like when I think of Facebook, I think of how big it is, how many people are on Facebook, how you can utilize Facebook for your personal brand, right? And then you can also create business pages, and you can do like online funnel ads, which I'll get into in a little bit. But Facebook is more professional, in my opinion. Instagram and Snapchat are just way more engaged. Like there's not so many trolls on Instagram and Snapchat. On Facebook, there's a lot of trolls. There's kind of a lot of negativity. It's a lot of drama at times. So I like to stay on Instagram and Snapchat. Last month in my business, I signed up 30 customers, and it was through Instagram and Snapchat. It wasn't really through Facebook. You know, sometimes people contact me on Facebook and they're like, hey man, I watched all your YouTube videos or saw your Instagram, but it's more through Instagram and Snapchat that I get most of my sales for business. Facebook is just kind of a plus. Periscope. Periscope is something that a lot of people sleep on. Most people, you got to understand this, on Periscope, 70% of Periscope people that actually have the app downloaded, they're actually users. So they're not actual, like, they're not doing the live stream themselves. They're just watchers. They just watch live streams. 70% of the people that have Periscope literally just watch. So let's say that once a week, if you were into fitness, you did some workouts and you did like live streams of your workout, or live streams of you cooking a meal, and you really break down to someone, hey, look, this is the value behind, like, this is what you should eat, and this is how you make this a healthy way, and here's how you weigh out your carbs, and this, that, the other, right? So like you're kind of giving people the actual behind the scenes, and people from around the world can tune into your Periscope globally. So I mean, like, let's say that someone's in Germany, they see that I'm in California doing a live stream, they can just tune on, and all of a sudden this newfound connection just happened. I've had people, because most of the times when I get on Periscope, I'll showcase either like a bank statement, or I'll showcase like a profit in the Forex market, or in my car and I'm talking about some subject on money or something, and people literally will get in contact with me through Periscope, and then I always lead them from my Periscope. I talk about how, let's say I'm on there talking about trading and investing, and I go, guys, look, if you want to learn how to do this, you want to learn how to put your money to work for you in the financial market, then make sure you send me an email at workwithlogan@gmail.com. Okay. And I repeat that a couple times throughout the Periscope. So people that tune in on the Periscope will then follow me or send me an email to learn more. And then from there, we kind of have a system set up. So YouTube for me personally, it's just like the standard of, everyone knows what YouTube is. When you hear about something, you're most likely going to YouTube it. So let's say that like I see this how would I say this? Let's say that someone tells me about Forex. I'm most likely going to YouTube Forex. If someone tells me about Instagram, I'm not necessarily going to YouTube Instagram, but if someone tells me about some type of opportunity, I'm most likely going to YouTube it. So if you're up there, let's talking about like Greg, that Kino Body kid, he's talking about intermittent fasting. There really wasn't too much information on intermittent fasting for like the fitness world, at least like a young kid talking about it that's in shape and shredded. And so he totally took over that niche market, and now that niche market is basically his. So if you have some type of skill, some type of product, some type of motivation, whatever it is, you can take over that. Like whenever someone's searching, for instance, intermittent fasting or, you know, some type of dieting or whatever, you could take over that niche, and you got to do it on YouTube though. So for me personally, I utilize all of these social media platforms. I use Instagram, I use Snapchat, I use Facebook, I use Periscope, and I use YouTube. Instagram every day, Snapchat every day, Facebook every day, Periscope try to every day, and then YouTube, I'll upload a video at least like once a week or twice a week on all of these, and I'll go over it in a little bit. But just imagine if you're on Instagram and you have a couple thousand followers, a couple thousand people could potentially see what you post. On Snapchat, let's say a couple hundred people are viewing your snaps. Then on Facebook, you post something, maybe your 500 plus friends see that. On Periscope, you get 20, 30, 40 plus new people to view something you're doing on a daily basis. And on YouTube, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 plus people are seeing your video per day. So the thing is like if I were to be out and about on a street corner and I'm talking to people, or I'm at Whole Foods, or I'm somewhere and I'm at the gym and I'm talking to someone about this project I'm working on, or I'm talking to them about how I trade Forex, if I talk to one person for 1 hour, that's a lot of time. But if I can utilize multiple social media platforms, I can get to thousands of people per day. Again, thousands of people on a daily basis by just using my thumbs. You know, I film a video and I could put that out to so many people and keep people interested in what I'm doing. So if you're not utilizing multiple social media platforms, you're missing out on so many audiences. Like I like to use fitness because it's a really easy one. Like let's say that you're shredded, right? You're in shape. And then you're on your Instagram, you post some good photos of you, like a photo shoot, and you're like, guys, make sure you follow my Snapchat for like, you know, workout routines, meal plans, and everything like that. So then people follow you on Snapchat, and then from there you could be like, guys, look, I'm working on, if you want to learn how to, you know, eat low carb, moderate protein, high fat diet, like a ketogenic diet. Send me a direct message right now. And then from there, you could sell them a meal plan. You could send them a link to a website or whatever. So you can literally funnel people, like you get people's attention. And then from there, if you have value to offer them, you build like a little website and you could sell them whatever you want. So building a following is pretty simple, guys. You just have to create some type of value. So I'm going to give you a free training tonight on this. So this video right here, this is actually a video. So this where you can see all the Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. This is actually a video. So I'm going to give you a free training. What I want you guys to do is go to thehackz.com. So THEHACKZ. So hacks with a Z, thehackz.com. If you go to thehackz.com, just enter in your email, enter in your name, get started. And from there, you'll get access to a free video where I talk about how to utilize all of those social media platforms, the type of content that I'm posting. I show you how to funnel the emails. I show you how to get back to them. So it's a free training for you guys. I want to provide as much value as possible. And it's actually going to lead you to my marketing mentor course, which, you know, it's all about helping people maximize their quality on social media. So let's talk about driving traffic now. This is something that I pride myself on, something that I've been able to do really well. And this is one of the methods. You know, a lot of people know what Instagress is. They've heard about it, but they don't really understand it, or they've just never used it. So your Instagram is great. There's a manual way to do this. You can go to the search tab and you can search hashtags. You can search for people. Let's say I'm interested in Forex trading and I want to connect with some Forex traders and I want to connect with people who already do what I do, right? So if I trade Forex, I'm going to look up Timothy Sykes. I'm going to look up Warren Buffett. I'm going to look up Ocean Sky. I'm going to look up different Forex traders or different Forex signal Instagrams or whatever. And I'm going to start manually following the people that are following or liking those posts or commenting on the posts that they post. Because I think if you think about it, the people who like investing Instagrams, the people who are commenting on Timothy Sykes content, those people are most likely interested in investing. So if they see that I go follow them and I like some of their content, the people who are liking Timothy Sykes, they're commenting on Timothy Sykes. If I go follow those people, right, that are commenting on his stuff, I go like their content, I go follow them. It's kind of a universal law. You have to give in order to get. So if I give a random person a follow that I know is already interested in Timothy Sykes, they're most likely going to come back to my Instagram, see the value that I have to offer, see how I run my business, feel that I'm a real person through my Instagram. Then they might go to my Snapchat and everything like that, because that's where it kind of leads them. And they're like, yo, man, I want to work with you. I see that you're into investing and everything, right? So that's how you manually can do it. You'll actually hit the search tab. You'll search for people that are interested in the things that you're after. So if you're into fitness, maybe you search alkaline diet, or you search like workout or gym or whatever, the hashtags, and then you start following those types of people. If you have a meal plan to sell, if you're legit. So Instagress, though, is a completely automated system, so you don't have to manually do that. Instagress, if you go to instagress.com, you can pretty much automate your account. So you can actually set up multiple accounts. I have multiple accounts set up on Instagram. So what I do is I run, like, mostly at nighttime. It will actually, you can set specific hashtags, and you can set your parameters. If you want to go slow, fast, medium, whatever, that it will actually, every time someone posts a certain hashtag, like hashtag trading, it will actually comment and auto comment on their photo, right? So the photo that they put that specific hashtag on, it will comment on that photo like, hey, do you trade? Or, how long have you been trading for, or whatever, right? So coming up with specific hashtags that match your target demographic that you're after. Like for me personally, I'm after people who trade, people who invest, people who network. So I'm going to have specific hashtags for that. So the people who utilize those hashtags, chances are they're going to get a comment from me that says, hey, do you trade? How long you've been trading for, stuff like that. And it's all automated, right? So if you have multiple Instagrams, you can be doing this pretty much 24/7. So I highly suggest that you at least try out Instagress, but there's nothing like you manually doing it. If you manually go follow some people and comment on their photos, give them a follow, you'll most likely get a follow back. You have to give in order to get. That's just how it works. So on Instagress too, you can manually have it unfollow people who don't follow you as well, which is pretty cool. So this is really how I kind of run my social media. Number one is I have the quality content, right? Quality content, and then you can utilize an automated software like Instagress that's going to go like people's photos that have certain hashtags and go comment on people's photos that have certain hashtags. And then it's going to take them to my email, workwithlogan@gmail.com. You got to make sure that your email is in your bio. You have to make sure. Okay, please make sure that your email is in your bio, because that's the way that people are going to get in contact with you. And then from there, once people start emailing you, you need to figure out exactly how to respond to them. You need to develop a script of some sort. If you're selling fitness, go, hey, really glad that you're into getting better shape. What are some of your fitness goals, right? So you kind of like break the ice. If someone's interested in trading and investing, hey, I'm really glad you reached out. But before we talk about trading, what do you do for work and where do you live? So I kind of follow a script. I say, what do you do for work? Where do you live? And then they tell me, I go, what are some of your goals? They tell me their goals. And from there, I'm like, okay, cool. We have this automated system with trading and investing, you know what I mean? And kind of just run it like that. Now, let's say another method, you can utilize Instagress, an automated system. You can manually go and like people's photos that are already interested in the stuff that you're interested in because you search through hashtags. You can go follow them, or you can do stuff like this, which a lot of people do. They pay to get shout outs. Millionaire Mentor, Blacklist, Luxury World Traveler, a lot of other pages out there. You can get in contact with them and you'll have to pay to get a shout out, but they'll give you a shout out. And there's 1.9 million followers on Millionaire Mentor. There's 2.2 million on Luxury World Traveler. I've actually gotten a shout out from Luxury World Traveler in the past, and it wasn't that expensive. It was like $500 for a couple shout outs. So the thing is like Ocean Sky, he's a really big Forex trader. A lot of people know who he is. I remember when he first started his Instagram, I was following him when he had a couple thousand followers, and then he did a lot of paid shout outs. and he got a lot of traction, and you guys got to invest. Like if there are big fitness pages out there and you're into fitness, if you deliver enough value and you feel like you have enough value to offer people, then invest in a shout out. You know, people like the influencers out there, they're called influencers for a reason. They have influence over other people. So no ad on Instagram is ever going to top getting a shout out from Millionaire Mentor. If you have a Facebook ad, great, that's awesome. But getting an actual shout out on one of these big pages will get you so much more traction. And if you have your email right there, that's the only way you can get in contact with them, whether it's through this system, Instagress, or getting a paid shout out. You guys are going to see emails coming left and right. So on a daily basis, I'll get anywhere from, I don't know, probably like 15 to 30 emails per day that come in and I really don't do that much to like, I'm not reaching out to too many people. You know, people are hitting me up left and right. I got a big organization that I'm dealing with, but it's just funny. They come in every single day, and it's usually, hey, how do I make money? How do I trade? How do I invest? And I just kind of answer it back, right? Why do people follow me? Is because they feel like this guy knows what he's doing. So do you know what you're doing? Do you know who you are? Like, what is your brand? You know, what are you building? If you want to create a real funnel, like I'm talking a real funnel, not just like, here's my email me. If you want to create a real funnel, what I suggest is that you guys go to clickfunnels.com. Okay, I think I have an affiliate link, but I'm not sure what it is. I don't know, whatever, I don't really care too much. But let's just say you want to actually build a real funnel. Clickfunnels.com, this is where I went to actually learn. I just did this the other day, and I built 2 funnels. The social reach funnel, which is actually, if you go to thehacks.com, I built that on clickfunnels.com. So if you go to the social reach or go to thehacks.com, HACKZ, hacks with a Z.com, you'll see that funnel was actually built with clickfunnels.com, and you can sign up for free for like 15 days or something like that. I think it's like $100 a month. But anyway, so what I did is I had the first on that hacks.com, there's a landing page. It's called a squeeze page. And then it leads into what? It leads into a video. And then from a video, it leads into my marketing course. So you think about the value there. It's like, number one, you see I'm legit, I'm credible. So you give me your email. Number 2 is then you see a video where I deliver a bunch of free value. I give you 90% of value for free. And then on the back end, if you want to get involved in my marketing course, you already got a bunch of value for free from me. Might as well spend 10 extra bucks on a marketing course that really teaches you how to market yourself and brand yourself for 10 bucks, right? So then you can create some Facebook ads and everything to those, which I'm starting to learn how to do. But yes, these funnels really work. I was talking to my buddy Jay Pelly just the other day, and he was talking about ClickFunnels. He says, yeah, these are my funnels, no9to5checks.com and blamefx.com. So these are funnels that he actually built on clickfunnels.com. And he said, I made about $10,000 with the no 9to5 checks funnel, and I barely started marketing it. So yes, the funnels really work. So if you had, let's say, something about you that was special, like you could teach people, for me, I can teach people how to market themselves. I can teach people how to build their social media and, you know, do like what I'm doing with you, I can teach them. So what I realized is like, why don't I package this? Why don't I teach other people? Because there's a big need. People want to learn how to do this. So that's when I went to clickfunnels.com. I created the little landing page. Then I created a video that really explains the value. Then it leads to my marketing course that I built. And to build a website, guys, it's, you know, maybe like $1,000. And that might seem like a lot. You could possibly build your own, but if it's like a membership-based site where they have to pay with PayPal and stuff, it's a little expensive. But you just got to think to yourself, what can I do to create more value? Like, what is it? For me personally, you know, I trade and invest and I teach people how to do that. I got value there. And then when people want to learn how to build a global network and they want to get followers and they want to create an engaged following, I can teach them how to do that. And so you can sell both of those things, trading and investing and learning how to market. You guys just need to learn how to package them together. And hopefully through this webinar, you're learning how. So what are the things you've learned on this webinar? I want to ask you that question. The things that I personally feel like you should have learned are, number one, social media, are you using? Like, are you using Instagram? Are you using Facebook? Are you using Snapchat? Are you using Periscope? Are you using these different platforms and really maximizing your social reach? If you are, that's awesome. If you aren't, that's shame on you, because these are free. It's not like you have to pay to use Facebook or Instagram. Now, expecting a following, expecting something for nothing is never going to happen. Name a time in your life where that has ever happened. Name a time in your life where just millions of dollars have ever come your way. The thing is that you have to earn your following. So the way that you earn your following is by delivering value to them on a consistent basis. The key word is consistent, right? So you have to not only give value on a consistent basis, but you need to make sure that the value is consistent. The value is, if you give huge value on every single post, make sure that there's a certain standard of value that you give. A lot of times people just post motivational quotes for a caption. I'm like, that's cool, but there is no dimension. Like, if I see an Instagram and then I see this guy will take the time to write out 5, 6, 7 sentences that are really impactful sentences, I'm like way more likely to actually follow that person because I felt who they were as an individual. So make sure that you're make sure that you're genuine on the stuff that you're posting and actually has meaning. Some other things that you should have learned, go to thehacks.com. Okay, thehacks.com, that is a free training right there on how to utilize the social media. And I give you a real visual on how I utilize all platforms in a single day. Also, make sure that you guys are just staying around the campfire. Like, if you know other people that are successful, like maybe some guys that are involved in trading and investing, or some people that are involved in real estate, or some people that are involved in fitness and they're fit, it's like, you are who you hang out with. The law of association is real. So if you're around the right campfire, you're always going to get the heat. You're always going to get the dollars. You're always going to get the knowledge. So you being on this webinar tonight was a step in the right direction. Maybe you're not going to learn everything that you've wanted to about building a following, but at least you probably took away something valuable off this webinar. You paid for this webinar, which is great. You paid, you invested in your knowledge. Even though it was a small amount, you still paid. And hopefully with that investment in knowledge, it will have an incredible ROI, because these are the things that I've learned, right? And when I put these into action, that's what made me the income that I'm making now. We all have an amazing opportunity here with social media to build our brands. So the next step for this is, if you really want me as a mentor in your life, okay, you want like actual mentorship from me, we can make that happen. Obviously, I'm a busy person. I'm traveling a lot, I'm trading a lot, investing a lot, networking a lot, but I do find it extremely valuable and fulfilling in order to actually deliver this type of communication that I did with you guys, but more even on a personal note. Because right now I'm talking to 20 plus people on this webinar. So congrats to everyone that's on this webinar. But I like to actually kind of get more intimate with the person, figure out what they're doing right on social media, what you're doing wrong, because it's your perspective only on your social media. So you can see in this photo, I was actually on a consultation. That's what I do. I do one-on-one consultations with people as well. If you want to learn more about that, we could totally make that happen. For about a 30-minute consultation where I go through your social media, I comb through it, I look at your bio, I look at the stuff that you're posting. We kind of really hone in an intense just observation of what you're doing on social media, what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. For a 30-minute session, $50, okay? And I really go in depth for an hour, like a straight hour of me telling you exactly what you should be doing versus what you're doing wrong and everything. That's $100. And so if you're serious about, maybe take everything that you can from this webinar, okay? Take everything that you can. And I don't want to be like a sleazy, slimy salesman. That's not my goal. My goal is to get you guys results. And there's so many people out there that will sell bullshit trainings. They'll sell stuff that really doesn't work, stuff that they're trying to teach you how to build a following when they themselves have not even built a following. Like for me, I've spent so much money and I've spent so much time learning the stuff that works for me. And like Anthony Napolitano, I mentored Anthony. Anthony is one of my good friends. He lives out in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He's built a following of 30,000 people in the last year. He's getting hundreds of likes on his posts. He's making $20,000+ a month. And before, he didn't even know how to work Instagram. So I worked directly with him. I've worked with many other people like my buddy Michael Portillo. Now he's hitting 6 figures. We've helped 40+ people in the last year hit 6 figures. And I mean, I want to be able to give you guys that type of value. And I know you can't get that personal one-on-one note from just this webinar because I don't know your situation. I know like maybe what you're posting, but I don't know why you're posting it. And that's what I really want to get to know. So if you guys are interested in taking that next step, I'm opening the door for you. If you want like a one-on-one real mentorship specific with your social media, and I can kind of guide you in the right direction, then let's set up a consultation, man. And girls, whoever, man or woman, I think that if I had the opportunity to work with me when I first started, it would have completely changed the game for me. Just the littlest things would have literally changed the game for me, because I've learned from a lot of mistakes, and those mistakes were very time costly. You know, trial and error, it's cool. You're going to learn from it, but it is a time sucker. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the lines for a Q&A. Okay, so a Q&A. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Screen share. Hold up. 1 second. I don't know how to stop this screen share. All right, cool. So we still have about 20 viewers on here. All right, questions on the right-hand side. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. Like, we have about like 10 plus more minutes on this webinar. So if anyone has any questions on this webinar, or if you want to say something that really stood out to you on this webinar that was like, man, I didn't think about that before, something that was really valuable, if you guys feel like this was $10 in value, please let me know. I want to, you know, get some responses. I want to feel like I'm actually working with you guys instead of just staring at a screen. You guys are valuable. Like, your time is valuable, my time is valuable. So if there's something that you think that I should go over for the next webinar or something like that, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always here. Okay, Mikesh said, so much knowledge, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the knowledge that I have, that I've obtained, is a byproduct of failure. It's a byproduct of frustration. Like the other day when I was learning how to do ClickFunnels and build a funnel site, man, you guys should have seen, I was like pissed off. I wanted to throw my laptop because I didn't have anyone there to teach me how to do this. I didn't have anyone to teach me how to build a funnel. I didn't have anyone to teach me how to build an Instagram or build a Snapchat or build any of that shit. I just did it purely on my own, because I think that you learn so much by doing it on your own. But if you do have some type of guidance, you can literally you can cut your learning curve so fast. Vincent just asked, so what content do you recommend posting on like Instagram when you're starting out and don't have cars and six-figure lifestyle? Okay, so Vincent, I need to know what you're doing. Are you in Wealth Generators? Are you in another company? Are you in networking? What are you doing that's exciting, right? So like, you got to do, and then you display. So when I first got involved in network marketing, for instance, I was posting pictures of the events, and I was making sure that I was in front of the crowd. I was speaking to the crowd. I had pictures of me like giving presentations. And then, you know, I live in Southern California. So Southern California is a pretty good spot to do some marketing. So it just like everything that I could leverage. If I saw something and I went, man, people should be seeing this, I took a photo of it. I'm like, you know, I got 5 or 10 people that I'm talking to. Make sure someone takes a photo of me talking to these people. If I'm wearing a suit, make sure that you're taking a picture of me in the suit. Like, anything that you can do to put yourself kind of above average. Like, average people just sit on the couch all night and they sit like that. Whereas busy people are out there and they're grinding, right? So when you're grinding, you want people to be taking notice of that. If you think to yourself, man, I'm really working out hard at the gym. I'm really working out hard. I got a 6-pack. I'm shredded up. I feel good. Someone should take a photo of that, because that's you in your prime. You know, that's you. That's a highlight of your day. So anytime I had a highlight in business, like if I had a meeting or I was having like some type of awesome dinner, or like, you know, just mentorship, or I was trading or something, I always try to capture that moment and showcase that moment to my audience. So, so what do you recommend, or where can we go for a one-on-one mentorship? So Joshua, what you should do, man, is just shoot me a direct message. You can send a message. Here is I'll just give you guys my direct line. So 949-212-4141 is my direct phone number. So if you guys have any other questions at all, you know what I mean, as far as like, Logan, where should I go for this? Or like, I want to set up a mentorship with you and really just kind of comb through the social media and everything, it is always beneficial to have an outside source look at what you're doing. Like, is kind of, it's basically dropping your ego a little bit to see things from a different perspective. The other day, for instance, I have like my emails that come in, a lot of my emails that come in, I don't even read. Like, I have my assistant go through, and then I asked her, I said, what do you think I'm doing wrong? You know, what do you think that I'm doing right? And what do you think I'm doing wrong? What can I improve on? And that takes a pretty big person to get down to that level, to ask someone that, even if you view them as inferior, to ask them what you think you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, instead of just assuming that you're doing it, you're good where you're at. That is something that is invaluable. I'm telling you, that's something invaluable. If you can get down to like a smaller level and kind of view it from the perspective of everyone else, or just get an outside perspective on what you're doing, it will change the game for you. Because someone goes, you know what? I think you're doing this really good right here. Like, your content on your traveling stuff is great, but you're not focusing enough on trading. Like, that's what someone said to me the other day, and it really kind of, I was like, shit, you know what? I've been focused a lot on marketing, traveling, and networking, and I haven't done too much on trading lately. So, you know what? I should listen to that person, because if they're feeling like that, just because I don't feel like that, if they feel like that, chances are other people feel like that. So let me go pertain my marketing, or let me go specifically do some marketing for those people, right? You got to understand, it's like, if you're traveling, trading, and networking and trading, that category in your social media is kind of lacking, those people are falling off. So you need to keep them engaged and interested. Jonathan said, for sure, liking a random person's Instagram picture or video to grasp their attention is something I didn't really think of doing till now. I mean, I just literally started in Wealth Generators, but I'll put my work and learning and knowledge, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. So in closing, if you are utilizing Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, like Instagram and Snapchat right now, these are my two killers. And then on Periscope, like, if you're around a bunch of people, let's say that, you're trading together, or, I use trading because, like, a lot of people trade Forex that are probably on this. So let's say that you're trading Forex and you're with a couple people and you're on the London session or whatever, and you're Periscoping that, you're live streaming, people can be like, yo, what are you guys doing? And then you just talk like you're a teacher, like, hey, we're making money on this currency pair right now. And then you showcase your laptop. Maybe you have your MetaTrader 4 open and you're showing people what's going on. And then you get some testimonies from some people in the room that you're with, and they're also making money. And that just gets people interested. And so what you're in the business of is turning people from curious to serious. So curious is like, hey, what does this guy do exactly? If you tell them exactly what you do, and you tell them exactly how it works, and you tell them exactly why they should be involved, all in like one paragraph, it's like you're verbally vomiting on them. It's too much information. You're giving them the whole slice of pizza or the entire pizza all at once. They can't digest it. But if you just give them a little snippet, if you just go like, maybe if you were into fitness or something, it's like a picture of you shredded up, mirror shot or whatever. And then you're like, talk about maybe one specific little key that helped you in fitness, like one little thing. Be like, the one more rep mentality is what really helped me get to the next level in fitness. Like, one more rep, that's all it takes. Consistency and blah, 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 blah. Just kind of about that one specific little subject. And then people are like, yo, man, he's not trying to sell me some program right off the bat, but I really resonated with that value. So, yeah, anyway, that's kind of closing, is just curious to serious. Cause curiosity through your posts, and you'll get some massive results once you start building your funnels and everything. I look forward to helping you guys more and more. If you could, if you found value in this, let some people know. Like, hey, look, Logan really knows what he's talking about. The only reason why there aren't thousands of people on this webinar is because my name isn't big enough yet. If literally, like, imagine that your entire organization of people that you work with, let's say your network marketing, were to get the same type of training, and they were to implement and get 1/10 as good as me at marketing, or 1/10 as good as you, right? If you're pretty good, that would literally grow your business exponentially. If you could increase, like, if you could become 1/10 as good as me, and make 1/10 of my income or 1/10 of, like, you guys would be good. Like, let's put it that way. You guys just need to become 1/10 as good as I am at marketing, and you'll generate 10 to 20 leads per day. And so, like, I wish I could just transfer my skill to you right now, but it's going to take time. So just realize that. Like, and then that's not to be cocky. It's not to be egotistical. It's just like, I try to get people 1/10 as good as I am as fast as possible. And then I know that 2/10s, 3/10s, 4/10s, 5/10s, which is 1/2, they're going to become almost as good as me over the course of maybe a year, 2 years. Like Anthony Napolitano, man. That kid, he's got an even bigger following than me. And I think about him like, man, he just started on social media like a year and a half ago, which is crazy. So it is totally possible to do it fast, but you have to be around the right people. You have to be getting the right knowledge. You have to be seeing things from another perspective other than your own. And that's why it's good to be on this webinar. So Joy said, thank you, Logan. Great info and helpful. Understand and get the millennials loving this. I'm a boomer and my niches are mostly boomers, a bit challenged with all the social media tech. Ready to support those who are open. Deep gratitude, just started in WG. Yeah, awesome. So I'm really stoked that you were on here, Joy. The thing is marketing, it is so powerful. It is so powerful. If there's a lot of 35, 50 plus year olds on Facebook, and if they can see some of your profits that you're making trading Forex, and they find value in the stuff that you're posting and it's real and it resonates with them, then they're going to be interested. Because maybe, like I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before this 40, 50, 60, like probably 40 to 50 year old generation really grasp this social media and takes off. Because think about it. If you're 40 years old, you've still got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You got another 40 years to live. If you spend 1 to 2 years learning social media like I did, and then now by year 3, I'm like really perfecting it. Well, shit, you got a long time to live. You got a long time to work. You got a long time to create some results. So just focus on the baby steps on a daily basis. You getting on this webinar was a baby step in the right direction. So if you want to even further that and you want a one-on-one consultation with me, obviously tomorrow I'm flying out to London, but we can schedule it out during this next week. So get back to me through Facebook Messenger or through a text. I put my number in this chat. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm so excited that you all were on this webinar today. And Mukesh said, I've seen these 50-year-olds playing Pokemon. They're getting it slowly but surely. So true. So true. So let's work on building our value on a daily basis through social media, and let's work on creating a strong intent. Okay, intentions are everything. If your intentions are strong, like my intent is to genuinely help someone, my intent is genuinely to give them value, my intent is to change their life financially, physically, mentally, whatever it is, I want them to find value in following me and want to stay around because they feel like they're with me, right? That's what it is. Like, a person is no longer a stranger if you relate to them. Then they become a friend. So your goal is to turn your following into friends. That's about it. And from there, you can sell them whatever you want. If you package your product the right way, you create a little funnel, you create a little system, you get some shout outs on Instagram, you use Instagress. Those are all ways to do it. So this webinar should be recorded, I believe. If not, I'm going to do another recording of this. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Enjoy your nights wherever you are in the world. We'll talk soon, and I'll let everyone know when I'm going to do another one of these webinars. Have a great night.